Hi, this is Maddie Haynes with the City Salt. We are filming today in Lion Blues Observatory in Roanoke, Virginia. And here with us is local band and musicians Phat Anchovies. So, just since there are a lot of y'all, why don't we start? Everybody say their name, their role in the band, and then if you can remember the first music that you bought with your own money.
My name's Caleb. I play guitar, and the first record I bought was the George Benson Cookbook.
I'm Matt. I also play guitar. Don't really know, but if I had to guess, it's probably Green Day American Idiot.
My name's Evelyn. I'm the singer. And also, if I had to guess, I'd probably say Kit Kittredge, the American Doll soundtrack to the movie.
I'm Kendall. I'm the bass player. The first album I bought was Victor Wooten's Show of Hands.
Nice.
I'm Eric, play the drums and do backing vocals. I think the first album I bought was Yellow Submarine, but I'm not totally positive.
Nice. We got a good blend. And just guitar, do y'all like trade off on like rhythm and lead?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm primarily rhythm. So
Okay.
It's probably but
Cool deal. So Phat Anchovies is a pretty unique name. Does it give off any kind of an impression? Do people have like a genre expectation when they hear it? If maybe they came into a bar and don't know who you are. Have you ever heard anything crazy?
I'd say not really. A lot of people usually ask what we are, I guess. But when we tell them we're like sort of hard rock or funk and blues influenced, they're like, oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense.
yeah, most of the time when I tell people the name, they're just like, oh, that's interesting.
Where did you guys come up with Phat Anchovies?
I wouldn't even know.
Well, the story kind of stems from me because growing up, I didn't really like seafood at all. And so my dad took full advantage of that and would try to get me to eat seafood any chance that he could. And as I've gotten older, I moved out. He would just buy me cans of flat anchovies and he'd just send them over to my house in hopes that I would just eat these flat anchovies. I never wanted them. But they were always kind of sitting around and we were trying to come up with a name and it was sitting in the kitchen. Someone looked at it and they went, "Bad anchovies." It's like, please no.
So childhood wounds. That's
But it stuck.
well, seems to work. If people don't know who you are, what is a song that you would suggest people listen to kind of get a vibe for what you guys want to give off?
The Bard.
It's very
They have our own music, so definitely
Okay.
recommend them that
Okay.
before anything else.
Well, fair enough.
I've heard us honestly equated to the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot, so that's one person. But I think we're maybe have a little bit more, like just a little bit more country roots than that.
It's all like less, or it's not as sparse either.
Yeah.
It's really kind of like a denser sound.
Yeah. Has Phat Anchovies genre, like sound, I guess, evolved since y'all started, or has it always been something that you guys sort of intended to have this funky soul vibe, with just some sort of very kind of classics? I say Southern rock and roll, but like don't assume that, just the rock sound.
Yeah, definitely. From beginning, that's kind of the goal that we were aiming for.
Yeah.
So
Like, what did it start as and then like evolve into, or is that just kind of been the point the whole time?
yeah, kind of the point the whole time.
Okay. Do you have a specific intention with the band sound? Or like the role that y'all want to play within the band? Is there a specific goal?
I mean, we're just kind of having fun. It seems to work. People seem to like it, so we just keep going.
Yeah, I feel like not really. Probably be easier if we did.
No, I have seen y'all twice and had a blast both times. So if you if fun is your intention, then I think you guys are giving that off right now. So
I appreciate that.
mission accomplished. What do you guys think makes Phat Anchovies stand out as a band?
A lot of it has to do with Evelyn.
Yeah.
She's a really good
Probably
front.
mostly.
I was gonna say how much we all moved as a band, but
That's true. Yeah, people always say we have really high energy, so I think that's kind of one thing that really sets us apart. They always say that they like our originals, so I guess people just connect with our music, and I guess that goes back to your other question a minute ago. It's like we sort of just make music that we like we just sort of jam on things for a while until a song sort of comes of it. So it's kind of a natural thing, so it kind of makes sense if people just sort of feel kind of natural listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think kind of in that same vein, we like kind of take we take things seriously, but not really that seriously. Like you just will sit up there sometimes when playing and be like, well, this is going on for a little while, but whatever, and we just keep going.
I get a lot of comments that when people see me before I start singing, they don't expect what actually happens after I start singing.
Mm-hmm.
I get that comment a lot. I have a more deeper voice than most.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think that it's a little bit too much rasp when I'm singing, but I've never had any complaints.
Yeah. You, aside from vocals, do you have like any suggestions or methodology if you're going to be the front person in a band?
Well, I'd say that you should probably get your banter up. That's really important. And that's something that I need to work on. But what I try to not really think about the most is when I am singing, I don't think about what I'm going to do with my hands.
Oh.
And I never really think about what I'm actually going to do. It all just happens. Like, whatever my hand is doing, it's on purpose to get the sound out
Nice.
for me. So it might look weird, but it's necessary.
Okay. There's, assuming I can still count, 5 members in this band. Does creative compromise play a large role in Phat Anchovies? And then if so, how do y'all deal with that as individual musicians who have, your own influences and how you want the band to sound?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like it's a thing. I don't feel like anyone has a big ego. That helps a lot.
Not a big ego, but we definitely have a lot of ideas, and we'll get somewhere with a song, and then all of a sudden we'll just be like,
Yeah.
never mind. We liked where it was going, but now we're not really interested.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we can stick with it, but I've found that it's a little hard. And I'm new to the music world.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of songwriting. I don't know if you guys are good, but
Is there like one person that kind of puts the music together and y'all divvy it out, or is it sort of just like a free for all until you find something that kind of sticks?
It depends on the song. Some songs we've written entirely as a group. Some songs it's been like there's one that me and Matt kind of wrote mostly. There's a song Caleb and I are working on right now. So it really just depends. Some songs are like, oh, I have this idea and you're the right person to work on it. Or sometimes it's like, here's a very small inkling of an idea and let's all just sort of play on it until something happens.
It sounds like you guys do have I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I was saying usually when the song comes out, it comes out pretty quick.
Really?
We sit on there forever. It just sits there forever. So it just kind of happens.
So it sounds like there's a decent amount of collaboration. Like,
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's good. That goes full circle back to the fun thing then, I guess. Of you guys just chilling making music. Is Phat Anchovies music created with the audience in mind, or is that kind of secondary to y'all's vision or sound vision? It's the new phrase.
Earlier, probably not as much with the crowd in mind, as we have slower songs and we didn't really think about with the music that we play out, versus now where I think we're definitely thinking a lot more about the crowd and getting crowd interaction up the entire time while we're out there playing.
Yeah, for sure. I think the more we've gone on too, the more other bands have seen and what they've done. And I don't know, there's like, Sex Brews comes to mind. They really like get the crowd involved. And so, you learn from other people and you sort of take those influences and, take the good with the bad and all that.
100%. Does the visual aspect of Phat Anchovies play a large role in y'all's performance? I guess, is it sort of a premeditated thing? You already said you try to let it be a little bit more organic, but do y'all have anything that you try and do so that it can be like sort of visually fun for people to watch?
We've tried a lot of it.
No,
We talk about it. Like we'll say like we need to move more, but we've never like orchestrated something.
Maybe we did one time. We did one
I
time.
think we tried. I guess in Red Hot Mama, that's about the only
Yeah.
one.
That's true.
Red Hot Mama, was that like a band y'all played with or a
That's a
venue?
psychedelic song we covered.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. What makes for a good venue to play in? Do y'all have anything that you get particularly excited about to see that people have or?
Enough room on the stage.
Yeah.
A lot of small stages around.
Yeah.
I think my only complaint is that when we're all up on stage and we're all bouncing, is if the microphone is bouncing. That's my only complaint.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Is I just need a steady stage where it doesn't bounce. That's about it.
Yeah. You guys have anything else in terms of like instruments and
I feel like just the crowd mostly.
yeah.
Unless the stage is really, really uncomfortable. That's about it.
Yeah, as long as I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I thought of a follow-up question to be like, do you guys kind of insist on having monitors or
We try to force monitors.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Um,
Pretty rare we play a show where we don't either have our own PA which has monitors or the ability to add our monitors in or there's already monitors there. But yeah, pretty much. We definitely prefer it.
well, I'm working on sound hacks as it were, so I'm interested in hearing what musicians have to say about it. And then what are some local or independent musicians that y'all are particularly impressed with or want to shout out? I know that you said Sex Brews and
Yeah,
they
they're really
definitely
cool.
rule, but who else stands out to y'all right now?
Brian from Harvest Black, he's an awesome musician. He really helped us get kind of our feet established in this area. Fainting Goat out in Bedford with Earthbound Creatures, definitely gotta shout them out. There's definitely some more. Who else, guys?
Well, I'd say our biggest influencer for what influenced Eric and I to start this band would be Caitlin Crisco and the Broadcast. So
Oh.
we were watching them at Floyd Fest. We really liked what they were doing, and we thought we could probably do the same thing. Why not? I personally give them a shout out every time we play a gig, just because I love that band.
Are they local or?
North Carolina, yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I saw them play at 5 Points Music.
Yeah, they
They were there recently.
But I couldn't remember where they were from. So,
Absolutely.
what about y'all? You guys have anybody that you want to shout out?
What you buddy?
Man, of course I'm blanking on it right now. No, Eric definitely hit probably the highlights for sure.
Yeah, Tony came in the Funk All Stars, based out of Lynchburg, and Flat Five Jazz.
Or why you mentioned it.
I know, right?
What is the best musical advice that y'all have ever gotten? Be it as a whole. It doesn't have to be within Phat Anchovies. Just any good advice that you've taken with you into the band.
The musician should be the first listener.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is that kind of?
So, in aspects, a lot of people think about playing for the audience, and it's just like, well, how's it going to sound to other people? Especially since my main background is in jazz, it's like, how is this going to come across to other people? But really, like, the first listener should be the musician themselves. So you should be thinking about how you sound prior to how it's going to sound to other people.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should kind of try to be a bit more satisfied with, what you're doing. Try to find some confidence.
That is really good advice. Do you guys anything come to y'all's minds?
When I was younger, I asked about how do you get over like performance nerves and sort of the jitters of that. And my music theory teacher at the time, Tom Ollinson from Salem, he said, you should have to remember that half of the audience can't even play music. Of that half that can, they probably can't play as well as you can. And then of the half that can do that, they're not even paying attention. They're just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just like just chill out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Kind of in a similar vein of that in some sense, nobody really cares if you're playing. Like, if you make a mistake or something, 30 seconds from now, they're not even going to remember or care.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing really bad happens if you screw up.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like fake confidence even on stage can go a long way, even if you're playing the wrong thing the entire time.
Yeah.
Everyone will have a better time if you just feel
Yeah.
more confident behind every note you play, even if they're all wrong.
Yeah.
You just play so loud, everyone thinks you're good.
More pedals.
Yeah. Yeah. Without more reverb.
Do you think being in a band makes you a better person? Maybe you can't correlate the two, but why or why not if you do have an answer?
I don't think so. It's just like any other hobby, you know,
Yeah.
like sports or anything else.
Yeah, I wouldn't say better. Maybe different.
Yeah, you still have to choose to become a better person,
Yeah.
even though
Mhm.
you're with a new
Yeah.
group of people. You can't just become a better person for being around new people.
I think it teaches you how to be a better person. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Okay,
like
yeah.
humility and like that kind of stuff that comes with it. Like you don't want to come off as an asshole. It just doesn't get you gigs.
For sure. And you said a different person. What do you mean by different?
Oh, I don't know, honestly. I think Evelyn was honestly talking to me about this like our last show. I don't know, I feel like I've kind of been a little bit different since playing out and everything. Just kind of opened me up a little bit.
Oh,
So,
well, that's good.
more confidence.
And then, what are the favorite Phat Anchovies lyrics that y'all have, if you have any?
Mine is from our most recent song, Untold, and it's our chorus. And it's just the word parable. I just love that I could use that word because I wanted to tell a story. I just thought it was pretty good to throw it in there.
Well, it's I think it's like a 50 center word, so anytime you can fit those into song lyrics, it's a win.
Absolutely.
Do y'all have any?
I have one from the barn. One of the lines is locust buzzing, pushing the air, and that's a really cool visual because when you hear a locust like calling, it totally like pushes the air. It's not just like there. It's not a noise.
For sure.
thinking shotgun, the line between his eyes, which is about aiming a shotgun at a dude's face and shooting him in the face. But it's like the biggest like climax point of any of our songs, I feel like. Like it's a very distinct like climax of the song. Kind of like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I listen to my playing probably more than I listen to the words.
Yeah,
because
fair
I'm
enough.
so like self-conscious
Pretty
about
bad
it.
with
So
it,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of the sound that is your favorite sound that you've done?
favorite sound.
Yeah.
So
Guitar song.
yeah. So in in my background in jazz, like it's very much a kind of like painting. So in Shotgun, there's this really open ambient section that's that Evelyn had mentioned that it's just like I would like more stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just so empty and just kind of waiting. So I just tried to create as many complex chords as I possibly could that were as building as much tension as I possibly could think of until we get into the resolution of it, which was so nice. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Well, for what it's worth, when I saw y'all at the spot on Kirk, Shotgun really stood out. Like, I was excited because, like, I'm, like, a moody chick. Like,
Yeah.
but that song really, I could see everybody else, like, vibing with it, too. It's, like, a little bit of a gear shift. It's potentially killing somebody. It is a great song, so the work that y'all put into it is, it does show. And then what is next for y'all? Either recording, performing? Do you guys have any plans, or you're just kind of seeing taking it as it comes?
Right now, we're currently working on an album. We're self-producing it actually in Matt's bedroom. We have like a home studio or basement actually, and it's a home studio there. And it's coming along kind of slower than we'd like, but it's definitely coming along. Like, you know, and then we're booking gigs. We're trying to get sort of into the festival scene next year, so we're excited for that to potentially come to something. So.
Awesome. And then, I'm sorry, did anybody want to throw anything in? Where can people find y'all? Like, what's the best way to get a hold of you should they want to book you guys? Or, I mean, even just say what's up to y'all.
Facebook. It's
Facebook.
definitely our easiest one. It has all our contact information to get emails and phone numbers, I believe.
Yeah, we have email, phone number on there. We got Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, all kinds of, just the normal places.
Yeah, Eric's the one who does 99%. So.
Basically 100%.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys sitting and talking with us. That does it for questions, but I would say more important is to stick around because they're actually going to play us some of their music. So this is Maddy with the City Salt. Thanks again to Phat Anchovies. But please stick around so that you can listen to the awesome music.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.
Off the Beg for mercy, but you still have found to pay.